those things here and there, and you will know how the government is very crafty. The government is very crafty. They did it in the Asson case. You know what they did in the Asson case? When they brought Yanti, they went for John Yanti in Ghana. They brought him. They used Sarah Blesso Yanti to talk to John Yanti so that John Yanti would entrap. They did that same strategy with the Asson case. It is that same strategy that they have employed again with this cocaine case. They did that same thing with the Asson case. The same strategy they employed, and they brought John Yanti and said, look, we'll do XYZ. We want for you to do XYZ, blah, blah, blah. And of course, call these people name, they put in hotel and all. The man who they put in jail today, who stay in jail. They started by putting that man in hotel, giving him food, paying away, sending the Yanti family, then there, Sarah Bessler Yanti using a relationship with the man uncle, talking to the man so that the man will entrap for Antikofa and make up stories. And the guy refused to do it, for which they decided to put him in jail today. They decided to put him in jail today. So they are still looking around and say, look, this thing is weighing on us. We can't see any former official of CDC in it. In fact, there is no way that any former official of CDC will be involved in this thing. There's no way. We can't find anything. I told you from day one, the moment that drug Sonic came in Dwazon area, United Party included Nathaniel McGill there straight. They were targeting him. We have to know that McGill is nowhere near there. He was nowhere around there. He's not even a neighbor to these people. All of those things that we saw it at that time. And they were defeated. They have been quiet. So we are about to tell you that whatever is happening there, don't take it for seriousness. Don't think anything for fact. These United Party people, they have tried it before. We know them. They have a terrible history of what? Incriminating people. Lying on people. I gave you circumstances concerning John Yanti. They tried, but he resisted. Because he said he can't do that. He couldn't do that. They did it with John Yanti, it didn't work. This time, let me tell you this. When you see the United Party people this morning, they were posting, you see them, wow. They were waiting and seeing whether their ploy had already worked. And they were looking for means to take the whole attention of Liberian people. You don't believe them. You don't believe anything they say. They are noted for doing this, and they can do it. That's why I'm always telling people who are around, any friend that you see around, you're coming closer for you to come in talking to them. Never you try it to confide in them and talk anything with them, because this government is wicked. I will narrate to you tonight and let them go check it up or whatever it is. What are the possibilities of them coming up with those flimsy charges that they have against Joao Howard Taylor? I'm not defending her. I'm a lawyer. I know exactly what it is. But you know, when you are dealing with a terrible government and have a very terrible history, character history can be brought in, especially where they have demonstrated that they are very cruel. They will suppress people, lure people into things so that they will use that to entrap other people. That is their game plan. That's their master game plan. They have always done it. The Asson case, they did it. Other issues here and there. Why is it that today, that's why we're talking about the photo issue and they can't talk about the photo? No. So, this is how they came to the conclusion of what they drew up as charges against Joao Howard Taylor. From what we are understanding, from what we may know, it may be circumstantial, but it could be strong to be true. The government has been on fishing expedition, has been passing around looking for something to just entrap. So, I think you heard about the name Bashiru. They all know the Bashiru. So there's Bashiru. He has a relationship with Joao Howard Taylor that dates back even when she was vice president of the Republic of Liberia. With Joao Howard Taylor. Bashiru had a relationship. As to what extent of the relationship, no. But she knew Joao Howard Taylor very close. And on some occasions, she used to be on some trips, from what we understood, that she used to be on some trips, you know, with Joao Howard Taylor, going places. And in fact, Joao Howard Taylor led to applying for diplomatic, because going with her now, yeah, it's all of those occasions. So then apparently she used to apply for diplomatic passports so that he will be treated in the same means other, you know, diplomats are treated, especially on these kind of trips and things. So, but she was the kind of guy in her stuff. right? So Joao Taylor is no longer vice president. One thing that is clear is that they knew and they know from the records that Bashiru is a former diplomatic passport holder. He's a former diplomatic passport holder. Bashiru has that. I will take my time to explain these ones here tonight. So knowing that Bashiru had that passport, they wanted to use the issue about her having pictures taken with Bashiru because they had always kept Bashiru under the radar to indict him as well, to be part of the cartel. That's what they've been doing. So they kept him under the radar. They said they have certain, I don't know, drug something, drug pharmacy something, they'll say, or the Yemen or whatever, global pharma or whatever it is, all the kind of flimsy thing and whatever. But whether they have the Bashiru man and his company or his drug company or whatever it is involved into this cartel, that's not what we're discussing. They may have something on him. How are they using that something that they have on him to leverage him or have him used to get to Joao Taylor? So Bashiru, they have those recordings and they will come up with it in court. Did I tell you that? And the recordings will not in any way link Joao Taylor. They think I think, wow. So those stupid United Party people we see in this country are seeing public officials exercising and showing great signs of stupidity. All I'm seeing is wow. Useless bunch of people who are damaging the country damaging the country on a daily basis. They say now, wow. What do you people have that you call wow? Because you people say your Ketra, your Cetra, and then if you catching, so you say wow. Listen, and I just said something with Newton Tupa. Newton, I want you to play that voice, play the video of the Justice Minister. Look at his deportment, look at his demeanor, look at how they are. Because they have said that St. Gregory Coleman made a statement saying, senior ranking member of this government. And they call him to information ministry and say, come back to camp already. Then he say, even former government, that how can now they started their expedition, now their fishing expedition into former government official when they said top level senior. That thing that Gregory said, it was about the current government. But when they called him back and he corrected it, that was how kind of they said, since you corrected it that way, we'll look for that senior person that in the former government and bring the person in. So that how they use this Bashiru man, asking him a couple of questions, call him. Joseph Boakai may have met Bashiru as well. You know, Joseph Boakai is very terrible. That was how can you see Joseph Boakai going to Joao Taylor play to go sympathize here and there. That old man is very terrible, very wicked. So they say Bashiru, okay, you are on our radar for SYZ. We want to grab you and do SYZ, but we want for you to help us. If you can help us, no problem. Then maybe we could subsequently drop issues against you. But they said, if you know this lady, yeah, I know the lady. What is the current relationship between you? No, she used to help me with diplomatic passports before because the records speak to that. All the things that what Bashiru told them. So they say, okay, say you have that kind of stuff, and of course, diplomatic passports and things, you have that kind of relationship. Do you still have that current relationship with her? Bashiru may have said, yes, I do have. They said, but then use that relationship and just go initiate a conversation. Go and initiate a conversation. And talk about something about maybe money coming to the country or being there, blah, blah, blah. That recording, they put it all year. But sensitive information that we are gathering, that's what the whole thing surrounds. That's why you see the United Party people, they were telling you about, oh, Bashiru, and of course, wow, useless bunch of people saying, wow. I look at them and just laugh. Let me tell you something about it. So, they called, talk to Bashiru. They see where they talk to John Yanti. Talk to Bashiru. Talk to him. There's that. Go back to the letter. Initiate a conversation. And then when you get that conversation, let me record it. And then bring it to us. We'll use that conversation to entrap her. Though she may not be involved in your stuff, but just initiate the conversation. And I am waiting to listen to that recording. I want for that recording. Even if it's in open code, let it come. Let us hear it. Let us know what that recording is. What did they say? Because it is that recording that they are using. So Bashiru goes to a lady whom he had a prior relationship with, right? And then that kind of dealing with, and goes to have a discussion with her at this time when the drug issue are over. It is at this time Bashiru goes back to initiate something and lure the woman into conversation like, Abraham Wheon here, man. One of you out there, Newton Toba, they look at it for and say, Newton Toba, you close to Abraham Wheon? Yes, I close to Abraham Wheon. But Newton won't grab you on something here and there, but you can get yourself out easily. Will be lenient with you. Yeah, you see how we free other people and dealing with them here and there. Our own people will let them to go. Your own will not take it serious, but we won't put it on the opposition. Grab a senior ranking member there, because Gregory Coleman said senior ranking member of the former government in his correction. So since he said that we want to grab that senior person, so that senior person is Joao Taylor. They just saw it. So Newton will walk up to me now and then tell me, say, Eddie, you can remember the last time when we went for that stuff there, you know, some of my business dealing there I've been on, Newton, Abby, you know, I have one of my person will be coming from in the village to bring something so money so that we can do XYZ, blah blah blah. And I said, oh yeah, you have to bring the money. You have to bring the money the way election time coming. Yeah, and then we'll need money for campaign. That kind of statement that I want to take in, they say the moment doing money laundering. When you hear about money laundering inside that conversation, Bashiru talk to her to have that conversation. And you hear them put money laundering in the charge? Oh, y'all see the money laundering there? It's there. So how is it possible that Joao Taylor will launder money? Does Joao Taylor know that Bashiru is involved with drug issue? No. Or in one case, as a scenario I'm trying to lay for, do I know that Newton Toba? No, Newton Toba, no, Chief, I get some people who's supposed to bring some money, that's why here and there, for them to come with it and so forth, at least for you to help our brothers. He say, yeah, they will be happy. I say, yeah, they come. Let them bring the money. So that I bring the money, they hear inside. They bring the money, oh yeah, election, blah, blah, blah. They heard it, now they look at it, they say the woman in money laundering. She's there trafficking. How does the woman traffic drugs? All that mess they put in that in there. Newton, I want for you to get a justice minister or something. And when before you were charging the lady, I want that. I want you to put up that. I sent it to you on WhatsApp. If you can just put it on the Sunday, I want for the Liberian people to listen to the justice minister. See the taba charges that they put there. They just put part of trash together. The justice minister appeared very confused. He's very much confused. I'm very disappointed in Oswald 12.
Violation of section 14.83 on licensing, importation of a controlled drug or substance. She has been charged with the following offenses. Under the Controlled Drug and Substance Act of 2023, violation of section 14.83 on licensing, importation of a controlled drug or substance. Violation has been charged with the following offenses. Under the Controlled Drug and Substance Act of 2023, violation of section 14.83 on licensing, importation of a controlled drug or substance. Violation of section 14.85 on licensing, sale, trading, administration, dispensation, delivery, distribution, dispatching, transit, and transportation of a controlled drug or substance. And violation of section 14.93, illicit trafficking of a controlled drug or substance.
Okay.
Under chapter 10 of the Penal Law of Liberia, violation of section 10.2, criminal solicitation. Violation of section 10.3, criminal facilitation. The violation of section 10.4, criminal conspiracy. Under the Anti-Money Laundering and Terrorist Financing Law, violation of section 15.2, money laundering. The government further announces that the following alleged members and organizers of the same transnational narcotics network have been similarly charged in absentia. 1. Nicola Avensi, a Croatian national. 2. Mehovil Grovic, a Croatian national. And 3. Tara Zeriko, a Ukrainian national. We have the pictures here for your information. We'll be circulating them.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Newton. Now listen. those of you who are lawyers, those of you who are criminal justice practitioners, where have you seen police charge sheet that just go there and tell you, say, you have done XYZ, blah, 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 you have violated XYZ without telling you what you did that led to that violation of the XYZ? Nothing. Did I able to tell you? The Justice Minister is the Justice Minister is a serious disappointment. I don't know where he lay law, whatever he lay, the corporate lawyering. The old man is very useless. Let me put it that way. He is very, very useless when it comes to law. You just say that in front of him. Look, listen to this. Look, the last time I play you Stanton Waterspoon indictment or whatever it is, the day the people chose to come up, they told you how Stanton Waterspoon did XYZ, how they did XYZ, who they talked to, what were the medium they used to do the talking, everything. The public will know. How did you derive at these charges? The public wants to know. You can be coming to the public with briefing and you are not telling the public as to how you derive at these violations. How did you derive at these violations, Honorable Justice Minister? How did you? You just jump up 10.3, 10.2, violation of 10.2, or this, that, new drug law, blah, 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 all the kind of nonsense. And we saw it coming. The last time when you saw that the same gay man was posting that, the drug law was passed on the CDC, blah, blah, blah. I knew that where they were going, and they were going to use these elements such as Bashiru to go initiate a conversation just to have a recording with Joel Howard Taylor discussing, oh yeah, there's that all the thing that they were looking for. When you heard them talking it, what did Joel did that led to that? No police charge sheet will just tell you, say, oh, as there's a 10.3, 10.8, 10.9. No, they will tell you, you did XYZ, blah, blah, blah. As a result of XYZ that you have done is in violation of XYZ, blah, 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 blah. That's it. That is it. That is it. For a justice minister, that woman is a clown. He's useless. He knows nothing about criminal law. In fact, he knows nothing about law. Let me just put it that way. He's very useless. What are we going to tell the Liberian people? Ask yourself the question. What are we going to tell them that Joel did? No newspaper articles or anybody have said what Joel did. They wouldn't say Joel was charged. She's been detained at the police station. That's all we hear. Joel is charged. She's been detained at the police station. Charged, detained at the police station. That's all we can hear. He charged, detained at the police station. That's all we hear. What Joel did that led to the charges? What Joel did that led to money laundering? What Joel did that led to this other one? The trafficking of drugs. There's that all the things that you should be able to explain it. Then you come to, as a result of these things that you have done XYZ is in violation of blah, 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 blah. I would know it. But we don't know anything Joel did. All we know Joel is charged. And I just gave you the scenario. These people have certain recording that they say they have on Joel. Because they asked the lady, these recordings here and there, are you? Well, yes, I know Bashiru. He came to me. We have. So you look at what they have made Bashiru to look like now, ungrateful to Joel Howard Taylor. To go and destroy a lady who help you, make sure that you are this, that, here and there, you destroy that lady. Because Joseph Boakai is very wicked in destroying people. The moment Joseph Boakai see you, the first thing he wants you to do is to destroy yourself first and go destroy other people. That's Joseph Boakai for you. Bashiru, you carry recording phone to the lady to lure her into a conversation on something that she had no idea about. In a recording, we challenge them. Let them play it. What did Joel say? Oh, yeah, that our man, or this, that, here, and there. Our man, this, that, here, and there. How does they even they agree that she even said they are our man, they will bring money. They will bring money. They are our man will bring money. How does it link her to money laundering? Have you seen the medium through which they're bringing it? Did they tell you the medium through which they were bringing it? For somebody to be involved into money laundering, you must have either caught them with the money, or you must have seen the kind of trace of how they were anticipating the money, how they were going to get the money. That's how you get out money laundering. How can you charge Abraham Godsent Wheon for money laundering when you have no idea that Abraham has money? That's one. You have no trace of telling that somebody had even planned to send money to AB. You get that one. Then you say involved in money laundering. Because I say, oh, somebody will send me money from America. Somebody will send me the money from America. But the person can't bring it. So now you hear me say somebody will bring money. Oh, yeah, they bring the money. Then I jump straight. Then I say, oh, yeah, money laundering. That Unity Party lawyering. That Justice Minister also told them, thinking that they are brain, that also down, that how it operates. So you say money laundering. That money laundering. Now what they're discussing now, they say that money laundering. That money laundering, you were involved. And I told you people, these people, they're not smart. All they are giving are child's play. So as a result, it's easy to detect they are game plan. They are studying everything. We know they are playing. We know what they're capable of doing. Joel Howard Taylor is not involved in anything free. It's a complete lie or contestor. Why would they want to use somebody who close to Joel Howard Taylor to go and get recording on Joel Howard Taylor to bring it at this time? Because as the only senior ranking member in the CDC, that they think they can use a member of the suspected drug cartel to go and they won't trust him now. Like I'm telling you, Newton is here and I trust him so much. And Newton is coming to me and say, oh, baby, or this is SYZ, blah, blah, blah. I say, yeah, my picking, anytime you get that money, just bring it. Election time coming, we'll do SYZ. I trust you. Not that I mean we're recording to take it to them. Because Joseph Walker called him and told him through same gate. Because it could be because what? How the same guy come up with a drug law and started pushing it and said the drug law was part under the CDC administration, that their own drug law will use. So that when you saw the Justice Minister included most of the drug law there and then went to the penal law because the money laundering aspect of it. Why she said, yeah, they bring the money here and there. We went for that one and brought small from there. But most of the most of the violations they talk about, most of the everything inside there came from it because same guy had initially posted and said that the CDC brought a drug lawyer will use their own law against them because they were now on the game plan. I told you same guy involvement into this whole thing is to take the thing off the executive, the presidency, or the first family to put it on outside. So that's what they're doing. But the Liberian people are not stupid. The Liberians are not stupid. It's on you, Joseph Boakai, you and your children. No matter what you do, you go or you come down, it's on you and your children. You'll bring the recording, you'll bring the evidence, you'll bring whatever it is. Because in your own charge sheet, whatever, you'll publish it. Let's see what you want in our charge sheet there. Let's see, you'll publish it. Or you'll draw up indictment, because the indictment will explain each what she really did, how she did, all those things. The indictment should come up. It's not about the business of grabbing somebody to embarrass them, arrest them, treat them in that form and manner. I agree. Okay. You may have your right to say, look, we are investigating the person. We're going to tell the person SYZ, this, that, here, and there. And her travel, she didn't inform them, or maybe here and there, or maybe she informed them. And then whatever it is. But if they didn't know about her travel, it's possible that maybe they thought that at the time they would want to invite her over. And so forth. You don't have to go with those students. You say, madam, we understood that you are traveling, but what we can do for you now is for you to stay back in the country until we are ready. We are carrying on some investigations and so forth. You got to go there to go just jump there to go arrest off from the airport, grab your blocker, then passing all around here. And that's disingenuous. That let us serve the country. Treat her with respect. Treat her with respect. The justice system does not call for what you people did today. Keeping her at gunpoint as though she wanted to. What is it? Why are you people doing all of those things? Let's agree that she was under investigation here. They didn't tell her. But you heard that she live in the country. You heard that she live in the country. And there is no need as a Republican against her for her to stop, for her to stop leaving the country. Or you will use some of your system and go to the court and then get me as a Republican and just send it there and say, madam, please, you are restricted from leaving the country for now because you are under investigation. And at such time, we'll be able to call you at the Liberia National Police Headquarters. But you made it to appear that she was running away. How? The lady was not running away. You made it to appear that she was running away. No. Because you had no idea about anything. You think you're sending your man there to go do recording on her and carry it to you. Now you say you're doing your own thing, or you just wanted to make up stories. And now you see me told you that she's about to leave the country. So you say, okay, say because you must have asked her and know the location and everything, her movements and things. The same man they use, that they are same Bashiru man, apparently that they use. That same man must have had an idea about the daily travel. So he was informing them that, oh, she about to leave the country. She just will be leaving tomorrow morning. You just go what they call. Say, okay, we'll arrest her at the airport. Now the government operation there. The same thing they wanted to do to John Yanti. The same thing they wanted to do to John Yanti. That lady never had any idea about investigating. Nothing. So for any reason that you have not concluded yet and has sufficient stuff to indict. Look at how the whole thing was fast. She went today, the judge asked us straight, say we charge you. From person of interest today, straight suspect. Okay, I agree, you could do that. Right? But you couldn't get some time to make it to not look like you're already targeting her or whatever it is. Amen. You see, you can expose yourself. All your gameplay, you can expose yourself. And one thing that is clear, Liberian people are not stupid. They have sense. The way you apply the issue on Joao Taylor, now how you've been doing it with Paul Kingdom. The way you've been treated Joao Taylor, now you're treated Paul Kingdom. All your people suspected of